This is Inside the UCC Group Leadership in Action podcast with your hosts Laura Butler and Jay Maymi. This podcast will share groundbreaking initiatives by the university and speak with leading educators, business leaders, and entrepreneurs that are paving the way for growth, transformation, and success.
Hi, everyone. This is Laura Butler.
And I am Jay Maymi. Laura, here we are, yet another episode to crank out great information. Today, I know you've got a special guest, but I want our listeners to know that if you're catching this show for the first time, I encourage you to go back and listen to our archives because we are ratcheting up the quality of every episode another notch higher. And boy, today's no different. Can you share with us, Laura, who's going to be on the show?
Jay, we're very excited to have Nancy Sears with us. She's the newly appointed CEO for RE/MAX Elite. Nancy has been in the real estate profession for over 37 years. During that time, she has worn many hats: top sales agent, manager, owner of a franchise representing 157 agents and 5 locations. Mostly recently, she was the executive director of business growth and development for the largest independent RE/MAX region in the world. The Ontario and Atlantic region in Canada has over 12,000 agents. She's very passionate about the real estate business, helping agents grow their businesses, inspiring them to dream big and achieve their aspirations is her why. So welcome, Nancy. Very excited to have you here with us.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be on the call.
Nancy, first of all, as a real estate professional myself at one time, those are amazing achievements. So congratulations on your achievements, but also on your recent appointment as CEO of RE/MAX Elite.
Thank you. I'm very excited for this position, and I'm going to be boots on the ground in short order, February 21st. So I'm very excited.
I'm excited for you too, Nancy. It's snowing here in Texas, and I'm just so envious of you going to embrace all that sunshine, great food, and great people.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely.
All right, Nancy. So your first question I have is, what are you looking forward to most in this new position?
Well, I thought about that, and what I'm really looking forward to the most is really growing the RE/MAX brand in Jamaica. We currently have 2 locations, and we have expansion plans for up to 4 more, and just really growing the presence of RE/MAX in Jamaica. And obviously, you already stated getting out of the cold weather has been a big bonus for me, for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, you're accustomed to the cold and the snow in Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, lots of snow.
Okay. What will be your first order of business?
So my first order of business will be to meet with every one of our agents and help them with their business plans. They have business plans right now, but I really want to peel back the onion and get them a little bit more concrete. Again, I want to be able to help them with their big dreams and aspirations. Secondly, we'll be reviewing our unique value proposition. We want to be the best real estate company in Jamaica, delivering the best products and services to agents so we can continue to attract more talent to the company by enhancing our services. Leadership's goal is that we be the #1 brand in Jamaica and the voice of real estate in Jamaica. That is our mantra, and that is what we're all striving to do.
Absolutely. And with your years of experience, I have no doubt you'll hit the ground running. And, Dr. Adams is such a visionary, and the UCC Group really embraces this opportunity to take on, new things and really create great impact.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
The person that is brought into a position as yours is brought to that position because they have vision and they have an outlook of what the future looks like. So let's fast forward a little bit. Let's take it 5, 10 years down the road. What's your vision 5, 7, and 10 years down the road for RE/MAX Elite?
Well, I think the vision is a constant vision. It's going to evolve. It's not really going to change from 5 to 7 to 10 years. And the vision, again, for RE/MAX is to make it the company that everybody wants to work at. We want it to be a company that everybody aspires to come to. Again, my personal goal is to increase professionalism in the real estate business overall for the company and the industry. And, have some fun along the way. This is a really serious business. And, I've always believed that agents that play together stay together. So, again, our vision for the company is that, being number one is what we're going to strive for. Number one in overall, not just number one in overall market share, agents, and to the public for both sellers and buyers. We want everyone in Jamaica that may be thinking about selling or buying a home to think of RE/MAX Elite first. We have a lot of plans for growth and expansion, as I already stated. And, we will be looking at servicing other areas other than Kingston and Montego Bay. So the vision really is to create an environment that agents want to be working at. And that is our existing agents and our competitive agents.
Wonderful. Yeah, one of the things that I know when it comes to developing an area or coming into a new position to enhance the opportunity there, it comes along with where the improvements can be made. And I know right now, and again, because I've been in real estate and I have tons of folks that I work with that are also in the industry, the industry to an extent has gotten a black eye from consumers. So they're looking to revamp, looking for ways to sort of create a whole new experience for buyers and for sellers as well. So where do you see the greatest area of improvement that you're going to address, but in general, the greatest area of improvement that the real estate industry still has to address?
So, that's a great question. And I see the greatest area of improvement will be delivering to our existing agents and the agents that will support our growth in the future, the best possible tools and services that will help grow their businesses. We have many plans. For example, we're, in the process of redesigning our website as we speak. We are potentially looking at a mobile app, upgrading our technology and the use of social media platforms to drive more business to our agents. These are just a few items. We are also reviewing our marketing deliverables. The list is long, and there will not be an area that will not be reviewed. Our focus will also be on increasing our global presence. Every tool and deliverable will be evaluated. And the question that we will always be asking, does this make our agents' lives easier and does it help grow their business? Really, that's the question. I see a lot of opportunity to bring new products and services to the Jamaican market that will streamline some of the businesses, some of the components of their business right now.
Well, it sounds like you've got your plate full of some improvements to make.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting, Nancy. Based on your experience, what advice would you give a newcomer, someone who is new to real estate?
I've worked over my career of 37 years. I've worked with many, many new agents and helped them build their careers. And my advice to a new agent coming into the business is that this is not a business for the faint of heart. The sky is the limit, but it's truly up to you. As anybody in this business, you are the CEO of your own company and are responsible for your own success or your failure. It truly is that for sure. And I believe that aligning yourself with the right company at the beginning that gives you support, mentors you, and helps you get up on the right foot is extremely important. As you all know, this business is commission-based, and you only get paid upon successful completion of a transaction. Sometimes there is an awful lot of work that goes into achieving that. I see our job as a company to play a vested role in a new agent's success by guiding them and working with them to build a long-standing career. I'll quote a friend of mine who's a broker in Canada that I know really well and runs the largest independent RE/MAX brokerage worldwide with over 1,500 agents. And his name is Ken McLaughlin. And his mantra is, by helping build your business, you help us build ours. Because the more success you have, the more success the brokerage will have. I sincerely believe this, and it is what I want to do for all the agents. I was really young when I started in the business. I was 24. Don't do the math. And, I had some amazing mentors and training at the beginning of my career. And I think that if I did not have that, I probably would have not survived. And I'm still here after 37 years. The burnout rate in the first 3 years of this business is extremely high. And a lot of it is because, I've always said to our brokers as I've coached them with their companies, and I've said, if you can't give the time to a new agent, then don't onboard them. We have a pretty robust onboarding process that I'm reviewing right now, but, we bring them in. It's for 3 weeks, 3 days a week, from 10 to 12. We go through everything with them. so they understand that they start on the right foot. Because I think that's really important. It's, when you come out of real estate school, regardless of where you take your courses, they're really about legislation and how to write up an offer and how to protect the consumer. But they don't really show you how to prospect for business or how to look for clients. I mean, you can be the best, you can write the best offer, but if you have nobody to sell anything to, it doesn't really happen. I call them secret agents. You can't be a secret agent. You have to get out there. And the hardest part of this business is looking for clients, prospecting. And it's interesting because it's one of the things the agents dislike the most, because nobody wants, they feel, however they prospect, if let's say they're making cold calls, for example, and they get no after no after no, it starts to get a little bit discouraging. But they're not saying no to you personally. They don't even know you. What they're saying no to is that they don't need your service at this particular time. Right. So prospecting is a really big part of this business, especially when you first start, because you have to build your database. You have to build your client base. And so most of your time will be spent doing that. And that's something that agents really aren't that keen on doing, really. That's their bloodline and their lifeline of their business. I mean, in Canada, we have many, many teams now. And the team leader is really the rainmaker that drives business to the team members, because they don't really want to do the prospecting. And they're willing to give up a percentage of the business back to the team leader just to get the leads, much like online leads. Everybody's looking for passive ways to do business. But when you're first started, you have to be 100% committed. You have to be hungry, and you have to go out there and find your business. And if that's not something that you're good at, then this may not be the right career for you. But I can tell you, if you become good at that and you serve your clients, if you take care of your clients, they'll take care of you. And the sky is really the limit. I mean, I've met agents that aren't really well educated and are a mess, really. But when you look at some of the numbers that they have, some of the successes they've had, and some of the numbers that we see come across our desk, or I saw come across our desk in the region, it was incredible, the careers that they built, because they focused on the right things. And the right things are building relationships.
Yes.
With people, developing that trust relationship, becoming the trusted advisor, becoming the person, becoming the family realtor, making those connections with people. And people, respond if they know that you have their best interest at heart, not yours.
Yes. So a lot of sincerity, building relationships. That is so true, Nancy, because I mean, in every business, it's all about building genuine relationships and showing a real interest in others. It's really competitive and quite intense. But as you said, having a mentor and understanding upfront what it entails is so important. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
So Nancy, tell me, why would you recommend Jamaica for real estate investment?
Well, that's, again, I gave that, these have been great questions, and I've given it some thought. And I think that part of the reason Jamaica is appealing is that it does have a stable government. And, the island is beautiful. A lot of clients, especially in colder countries, in Canada and parts of the United States, as they retire or look at, retiring, they don't want to be in the cold. They're looking for opportunities to at least spend 5 or 6 months, 4 to 5, 6 months outside of particular the colder climates like Canada. And so I think Jamaica is definitely a place that can elevate. I mean, Jamaica has a long way to go to get on the world stage. It's not there yet. I had an opportunity just recently in the last week to attend the Jamaican Security Exchange conference that they had. And I had a chance to listen to your Prime Minister speak. And, I think Jamaica is poised to step on the world stage. I mean, one of the challenges is making Jamaica banks more open. And there's something that they're, everybody's focus, and it's a big step, in the right direction. And I mean, when you think about the overheated markets, particularly in Canada that I can speak to, I mean, the average price in Toronto right now for pretty much nothing is $1.2 million, $1.3 million. I mean, we have so many homeowners that are equity rich. They bought their houses for $150,000 and now they're worth $2 million. So there's a lot of equity, and they're looking to figure out what they're going to be doing with that equity. So I think, there's a huge opportunity. We have some great development going on. I've had a chance just even yesterday to speak to one of our agents that has a developer that's going to be building out 600 units in Montego Bay and a commercial area. We'll be looking at securing that business. and huge opportunities to step Jamaica up on the world stage. I mean, look, every country has its challenges. I'm not going to sit here and say Canada doesn't have their challenges. We're one of the most expensive taxed countries in the world. And the US has its other issues. Every country has its issues. It was really, but what I felt really excited about and comfortable with is that, first of all, you have to acknowledge the issues, whatever they are, whether it's crime, violence, whatever we're dealing with. And then you have to kind of focus on strategies to solve those problems. And I felt comfortable after attending that meeting that there's a lot of bright people that are focusing on some of the challenges that we have. And part of it is, we have to kind of alleviate that perception to the public. Like once a country gets labeled a certain way, regardless of what that label is, it takes time to dispel that myth or people's perception of that. Like certain parts of Mexico right now is having challenges. And, a lot of people just write off Mexico, although it's only in certain areas. So our challenge will be to showcase Jamaica, the stability of the government, the opportunities for development, the opportunities for investment and return on your ROI. I mean, I have friends that have bought in the grill and, have done really well on the potential resale value of their homes in a very short order. So, the market is there, and rising. I mean, we have huge discrepancies with income, as I see it. Like we have, I think we have to elevate some of the income that are paid to our local people, because that's a place to start. Education, is a huge place to start, educating them, being able to find opportunities for them, whether they work in Jamaica or they work virtually. There's lots of opportunities right now. COVID has changed people's thinking.
Yes.
It's really changed people's mindset. There's people that are working all over the world. And that was not something that we really thought about a lot. We have this nomadic vision now that was never possible before. And we have the technology to support it. It was not possible before because we didn't have the technology. But we have the technology to support it. I mean, I'm sitting in Vancouver Island. I've been working for the last 2 weeks, since the 17th of January, virtually for a number of hours a week to get to know the team and to get to know the land. And that would not have been possible, 10 years ago.
True, that it perhaps would not have been successful, Nancy. People were a little reluctant, but thankfully technology has afforded us opportunity. Jay and I are here in Dallas, Texas, Canada. You're heading to Jamaica. And also with the UCC plans, Nancy, to have that academic center in Montego Bay is also going to create another opportunity in the real estate business, right? Yes. In so many ways, and create a win-win scenario. Which is ultimately what you're saying. I really appreciate and admire your plans and how thorough you have been in terms of looking at it from all perspectives, understanding the challenges, but also looking at the significant benefits of being in Jamaica. And I say, as a proud Jamaican, I'm happy to hear that. It's a beautiful country in so many ways, very diverse. A lot to offer, not just because the country itself is beautiful, but it's also eclectic, and the food and the music and the people, the warmth of the people and how welcoming they are. If you meet a Jamaican and they say you're family isn't always, established through blood. I mean, once they say you're family, you become family for life. There's a lot that's needed too as a developing country. And so this opportunity is wonderful. And we're so happy that you're excited to come on board and to be a part of this, movement, the UCC Group movement.
Absolutely. There's a lot of vision. I mean, this is a new area, they've come into a new area, but there's a lot of vision. I mean, we have a coach that we meet with every 2 weeks, a coach from Canada that's been helping guide the company, especially through the transition period. And, we have wonderful support with the leadership and the board members. I can only see we're all going to experience growing pains. It's like anything, any new endeavor, but I only see really good things for the future. Absolutely.
Nancy, so in our last couple of minutes here, I'm going to ask you the $1 million question.
Okay.
It's the toughest question you've had so far, and it's unfair to ask because we're running out of time here on the podcast. But you mentioned something that the wages in Jamaica are disproportionate to certain areas that earn more. Mm-hmm. So my question is the appeal to grow, whether it's commercial real estate or residential real estate in Jamaica, is the appeal to grow organically new homeowners from domestically or attract international buyers who are the ones that can actually afford the homes that are being built in Jamaica?
So that's a great question, and it's really a two-prong approach. I mean, we're going to be, definitely have interest in the Affordability Act that's coming in, and to help local people have ownership, because having home ownership, it gives the people a sense of pride. There's a whole bunch of economic conditions attached to home ownership. So I think that we really need to look at it as a two-prong approach. One, what can we do locally to support home ownership with, Jamaicans? And then what are we going to do? Yes, there's lots of money outside of Jamaica that will be coming into Jamaica, and we want to tap into that, but it's not the only, we want to also have the Jamaican people benefit. And one of the things that, when I talk about dream big and aspire big, part of that is to create a better life for our agents and for anybody that's involved with RE/MAX Elite, including our staff. I believe in, in a life of abundance and not scarcity. And a lot of people live in that law of scarcity. And that's
Right.
not where I come from, never have
Right.
been. There's there's enough business for everybody. But I do believe that you can't ignore the local situation. In order to solve some of the issues, creating home ownership for people, like I said, it will be a rounded package. There's going to be a lot of things that will stem from that. And pride is one of them, and that may help with some of the other issues that we're having.
I totally agree, Nancy. And I'm so happy to hear that, because it's really about also having affordable housing so the locals can see a future for themselves and their families. So I'm happy that thought is there as well.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Well, Nancy, we appreciate you being here on the program today. You brought tremendous value and enlightenment for those that are in the real estate world and those that maybe are hoping to get involved in the real estate world. And I think that the future of RE/MAX Elite is in great hands. And I appreciate you being on the show today.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be on the show. And maybe I will get to see you, both of you, in Jamaica sometime. So yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Will. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Jay, that was just a fantastic interview. I'm very excited for Nancy to be the CEO in Jamaica for RE/MAX. And I know she's going to bring some great value with her experience, her knowledge, and, just working closely with the team. I think she has her heart in the right place, and certainly the vision for the business there is, quite solid.
Well, I agree. She certainly has vision. And I would also add that you cannot not hear her and sense that her passion for not only real estate, but her passion for people in Jamaica to also be the benefactors of the growth that she's going to bring to the residential community. So she's got a plan, she's got passion, she's got vision, and that's a winning combination, Laura.
Yeah, and it's great for people to know this as well, because sometimes you hear when a foreigner is coming in, sometimes locals can get a little nervous, but it's not about that. She's looking at the entire benefit that is mutually beneficial to all. So that is really good. And we're really happy to have her and wish her, all the success in the world with this endeavor. Well, thank you all for listening. Once again, keep safe and focused. Until next time, I'm Laura Butler.
And I'm Jay Maymi. And just to remind you, you can catch this podcast on all the major social media podcast platforms, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Apple Podcast, and a bunch of other programs, including right here at the ucc.edu website. Again, we're happy to have you here for the UCC Leadership and Podcast. See you next time.